Hello friends, in my previous video, I discussed about the UNFCCC, about the climate crisis and how the United Nations are taking all the efforts to fight the climate change crisis in all over the world. So in this video, I will discuss about the COP27 and what are the outcomes and what India has promised to take steps to fight the climate change crisis. So the COP27 was held in Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt from 6th of November to 20th day of November in 2022. The background of the Conference of Parties of COP27 I have already discussed the reason of the conference and what are the efforts the United Nations are taking, United Nation members are taking. So these are the background on which the conference are held. So this time the Conference of Parties COP27 was giving more focus on the implementation of NDCs, that is nationally determined contributions. Besides that, this COP27 has also affirmed the financial provision, making of financial provision for the vulnerable developing countries which are facing the adverse impact of climate change crisis. The island nations and the poor African nations are fall in this category. So the member nations have come together and thought of making a fund or financial provision for helping those nations in time of any emergency, a natural emergency. In 2015, the developed countries have promised to contribute $100 billion, make a fund of $100 billion. But you will be astonished that till 2020, it was made, the promise was made in 2015. In 2020, the fund was not raised that much, only $100 million was raised. So with this limited amount of money, the mitigation works are facing all the trouble. So in COP27, nearly 33,000 representatives were present. So now I will tell you the what are the outcomes of the COP27. The COP27 was about to start, was about to finish on 18th of November 2022, but it was extended for 2 days for making the targets of the conference, and that make the conference successful. So here I will tell you some of the points that they have discussed and some of the steps that they have decided to take. The first one is to make a fund for developing countries, for vulnerable developing countries. So in COP, in conference, the demand of the developing countries to make fund for giving financial aid to the vulnerable developing countries was given more priority, and it has been given affirmation by the member states. Although the agreement was not made on how to provide this finance. Another implementation was also made in the second point that they have already discussed and taken. They will take some step on that the Conference of Parties has given lot of emphasis on making the earth the low carbon emission earth. So for this, the total of $4 to $6 trillion is required. So the nation states, the member states have been told to work upon that, to be ready for this kind of contribution. And the third one was the mitigation work program. It would start in 2022 and work till 2030. So it includes two steps for the member nations. The government would accelerate the efforts to lower the use of coal, and the government will not give subsidy for the non for the fossil fuel. Okay, and the second one was they would try to give lots of efforts to so that the carbon emission or the greenhouse gas emission can be reduced. And another thing, the Article 6 of the Paris Agreement was also taken in the account. For this, in that Article 6, it has been said that the member states will cooperate with each other for taking steps to fight against the climate change. Reforms of global financial institutions and banks were also requested to give the loan, for any this kind of, if there is any natural emergency in any country. India was also there, as the 33,000 representatives were there. India's dignitaries were also present. The India's Environment and Forest Minister Bhupender Yadav was present there, and India was emphasizing on involving all the people in this fight against the climate change crisis. And they are asking the people, each and every people, to take up environmentally sustainable lifestyle. That is, a person should maintain a lifestyle that is not harmful to the environment. Okay, so in my next video I will tell you what are the steps, what are the initiatives that India has promised in that COP27. Hope this video is helpful for you, and I will come very soon with this part of with this information, that what India has contributed so far for the climate change crisis, fight against the climate change crisis, and what they have promised in that COP. So till then, stay tuned. Thank you.